Welcome to Buffalo, New York, home of Niagara Falls, the Buffalo Bills, and the mighty Buffalo Wing. We teamed up with Big Ditch Brewing, Can Jam, and the mansion on Delaware Ave to bring you the best of Buffalo. Let's get this party started. Folks, Charlie Boots here in the heart of Buffalo, New York, and they've laid out the best red carpet you could get. We're gonna take it from the Bills to the Birds and get this party started at Roost. Let's get into it. Now, if you don't know about Roost, you might not ever know about Roost. It's almost like finding the Batcave. All you gotta do is keep your eyes peeled for that neon rooster. Once you spot that, you're in the right spot. And I'd say Chef Martin falls right in between Bruce Wayne and the Riddler, because some of these combinations on the menu will have your mind blown. Whether it's putting fresh peaches on pizza or pairing fried chicken with hotcakes, Chef is always thinking out of the box. And every trip to Roost is a true culinary journey through his mind. But if you want to talk about a true home run, it's the fried chicken with corn maple chili served over that thick pancake. It is a beautiful dish that keeps the folks in Buffalo crowing. Roost is an absolute must if you're traveling to Buffalo. I personally give it a full 5 cock-a-doodle-doos. Next up on the best of Buffalo, a place where most of the locals call the best Italian food in Buffalo, Sinatra's. Lounge-like elegance, classic Italian dishes, and of course, some of the best meatballs in town make Sinatra's a must-stop on any trip to Buffalo. We started off with the artichoke franchise, and then one of Sinatra's award-winning meatballs. Look at Dino and Blue Eyes looking at me like I'm talking funny. I really mean it. These are award-winning meatballs. Each year, Buffalo competes in the Meatball Street Brawl, and Sinatra's is a regular winner. Everything about the Sinatra's experience is done with class, from the Tiffany lighting to the courses. We started things off with the salad and the homemade pasta. After that, it was Sinatra's famous braciole. And the seafood a la Sinatra. The flavor Sinatra's bringing is absolutely incredible. Finish that off with a glass of red wine and a beautiful slice of their cheesecake, and you're ready to sing Fly Me to the Moon. Now let's head back downtown, because it's time to visit the most popular brewery in Buffalo, Big Ditch Brewing. Big Ditch Brewing sits right in the heart of downtown Buffalo, and if you know Big Ditch's beer, you know you should show up with a designated driver. And thanks to our friends at the mansion on Delaware, we were riding in style. Cheers.
Cheers. Okay.
Folks, we are here
with
with President Mr. Matt Kahn here at Big Ditch Brewing Company. Thank you so much for having us.
Thanks for coming.
It's been an action-packed weekend. We had the Bills, we had Can Jam. Why are athletics so popular up here in Buffalo?
I mean, Buffalo clings to sports. I mean, Bills fans are, rabid football fans.
Right.
When the season gets started, it's just the best time during the year to be in Buffalo.
These Bills fans are a little wild, folks. Some of the wildest in the land. Do you ever have to worry about them trying to jump through tables or anything from the upper levels?
A little bit. Yeah, I mean, we should have a "Don't jump through tables" sign maybe up here, but yeah,
When we mention Big Ditch in Buffalo, the first thing you hear people say, oh, hay burner, I want some hay burner.
Yep.
So first, where did Big Ditch get its name? And then where did the famous hay burner come from?
Sure. So Big Ditch is a reference to the Erie Canal. So the story sort of goes in the early 1800s. This canal was built across New York State to connect it all. People thought it was a ludicrous project. It became known as Clinton's Ditch for Governor DeWitt Clinton. He was New York State's governor at the time. He had championed this project, but people thought he was, maybe a little nuts.
Right.
So when it first started, it was known as the Big Ditch, but over time, after 8 years when it was done, it was really like the engineering accomplishment of its time or catalyst for Buffalo's growth. Absolutely. So we were inspired by this story of what hard work accomplished for our city. Hay burner is a reference to the mules used to tow the boats down the waterway, and they used to just just eat the hay, hay.
Or gas burners.
Just hay burners, yeah, exactly.
The folks in Buffalo really can't get enough hay burner from Big Ditch. And seeing the canning process at Big Ditch was absolutely fascinating. After the tour, we got to check out some of Big Ditch's big dishes, starting with the legendary buffalo wings, the Big Ditch cheeseburger, and that hearty pastrami melt. The support from Buffalo has been incredible.
Yeah. I mean, Buffalo loves its football team. Buffalo loves its local businesses, and there's no other place we'd rather have our brewery than in Buffalo.
What do you tell folks who have not yet visited Buffalo?
That there's a lot to see here you probably don't know about. Buffalo is definitely in a renaissance of sorts. Yeah. A lot of businesses opening, a lot of development happening, and so we just kind of hope people come to have our beer, have a good time, and say, yeah, Buffalo's a pretty cool place after all. So.
Absolutely. Once you try some Big Ditch, see that shovel? Sure, you'll dig it.
Great.
Our friends at Big Ditch also sponsored our coverage of the 2019 Can Jam World Championships in North Tonawanda. Be sure to check it out on our YouTube page now. And if you're not sure what Can Jam is, I'm not sure we could be friends. And I'm sure most of Buffalo could agree with me. Just like they could agree that the mansion on Delaware is the place to stay when you're in town. The historic property is one of the most unique in the nation. And our friends at the mansion said if you're going to do the best of Buffalo, you have to check out our neighbors, Tempo Restaurant. Let's get into Tempo. Now, when you're strolling from the mansion on Delaware to Tempo, you're walking Delaware Avenue, which is Buffalo, New York's historic district. The beautiful architecture you see on Delaware Avenue was from the late 1800s when Delaware Ave, or Millionaire's Mile, got its name. The Millionaire's Mile nickname came because Buffalo, New York had more millionaires per capita than any city in the United States. And that Millionaire's Mile taste is still very alive at Tempo. Executive Chef Eric Nessa delivers on Tempo's slogan, food with passion. From the tortellini to the scungili fra diavolo, look at how light that cheese is. It was like a beautiful cloud on top of the pasta. But the granddaddy of them all was the USDA Prime beef ribeye steak. Bone-in ribeye, dry rub with sweet onions. This thing was a monster, a magnificent monster. Tempo is playing right on time and is a definite must-dine when you hit Buffalo. For the last stop on the best of Buffalo, we're headed straight to the heart of Buffalo. Right in the center of downtown is one of the best Italian restaurants, you'll ever find. Let's go manja at Frankie Primos. Frankie's is laid out beautifully. Outdoor or indoor seating, both incredible. But the first thing you need to hear is homemade pasta. Homemade pasta. Trust me, you have never tasted anything like the bolognese at Frankie Primos. You get a really authentic Italian deli meets Italian restaurant experience from Frankie Primos. From the incredible antipasti platters to the brick oven pizza, Frankie Primos only serves the primo. All right, folks, what a wild ride through Buffalo. That will do it for the best of Buffalo. Be sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss a beat, and I'll see you in Buffalo. Big thanks to our partners at Big Ditch Brewing, The Mansion on Delaware Ave, and Can Jam for making the best of Buffalo possible. And we'll see you here next time on The Charlie Boot Show. Cheers.